Hi, welcome to Industry News. I'm Enoch.
And I'm Michael.
And today we're going to talk about what is really the only industry news this week, or at least the biggest, and that is the closure of Telltale. On Friday, September 21st, Telltale Games laid off 225 employees, leaving only 25 left to fulfill its final obligations until an imminent full closure of the studio. The former employees received no warning prior to this and were not given any severance pay upon termination. They would also only receive health care benefits to the end of the month. The closure was supposedly caused by a failed round of financing for the company, as well as their game's low sales. Because of the abrupt layoffs, the studio is now facing a class action lawsuit from former employees seeking damages due to their wrongful termination. So, Michael, what are your thoughts about this?
This is an insane story that's just developing each day. There's more stuff. Probably by the time this comes out, there will be more major news that's been happening with it. But yeah, it's insane to hear not only that they've been laid off, but how they got laid off.
Exactly.
They came in just expecting it to be a normal work day. There were some people that were working till like 2 in the morning the past night.
They just hired people the week before.
Yeah, they just like hired new people. Some guy just like moved there across the country to work at Telltale. And they came in, had like just some random meeting, and in it the CEO was like, yeah, so the studio isn't doing great. We're going to let like every single one of you go now.
The entire studio.
The entire studio's gone, except for just 25 people.
I think they're finishing up Minecraft story mode.
Yeah, because they
had already had that in the works.
Yeah, and there's another like a Stranger Things game.
No, that was canceled.
Oh, that was canceled too?
I'm pretty sure that was canceled,
All right.
along with The Wolf Among Us Season 2. Everything else besides Minecraft was canceled,
all right,
including the second half of The Walking Dead Season 4.
And then within 30 minutes of the meeting being done, they were being forced to leave the building.
They got no time.
Speaking of The Walking Dead, they're in the middle of The Walking Dead Season 4.
They're not even going to finish it, which I thought was crazy. I assumed they would finish their final obligations to the season, finish that out, but no. It's just, we released the second episode out of 4, and just done.
Yeah, it's for a game that this is their longest and probably their biggest series that they've had.
It's by far their most successful
series.
Oh yeah, we'll put them on the map.
Yeah, it started with The Walking Dead Season 1, which was like absolutely got rave reviews, and then they've just like continued the story, and they've hyped like this final season as the end. This is gonna be the end of Clementine's story. Like, how will it end? And now we don't know. And not only that, it's not like they just like cut it before the season came out. It's mid-season. We have 2 episodes, and we're just like left on an ultimate cliffhanger that will never get finished.
Apparently, they did post something, I believe, to Twitter, that they were looking into finding someone to help finance the last 2 episodes of the season, which I don't know why they didn't do this before they closed down.
Yeah.
Why didn't they find someone to do this before they fired everyone?
Yeah, you're gonna have
that they're closed.
You have the finance for a game, and then you don't have anyone to make the game.
This is bewildering to me. I feel like this is a little bit unprecedented, and just in the situation, like major layoffs happen to game studios all the time. The most recent was Capcom Vancouver got closed down, and that's the studio that makes Dead Rising.
Yeah.
But this one was so abrupt and just completely like they weren't given any severance. They were given no warning. They just came into work. Oh hey, guess what? Everyone in the studio is completely done, and it will be closed after Minecraft Story Mode ends.
Yeah.
So makes me very curious about what kind of mismanagement happened at the top of the company to lead to this.
Yeah.
Like, how can you just all of a sudden not have money? You had to have seen this coming months ago.
Well, I think what is that they know, I think for a while they've known they don't have the money, because they've just been getting these massive rights to like Batman, Game of Thrones, and stuff like that. And their games are like, I mean, they're good and some people buy them, but it's a very niche market that they don't have the money to buy these massive franchise rights for.
Yes.
So they knew for a while they don't have the money, but they just didn't want to tell anyone because they were hoping that I think The Walking Dead Season 4 would get them an extra push. And I think I read somewhere that they were also waiting on something from maybe Lionsgate.
Yes,
was going to give them some extra money for something, but then they backed out. And now that's causing this thing where they just don't have money for anything anymore.
Yeah, it made me wonder because, like you said, they had to have seen this coming for a while. So if they knew their funds were dwindling, if they were getting low, why did they continue to operate as normal? Why did they hired people the week before they closed? Like, why were they continuing to hire people to do this? Why didn't they even have a smaller round of layoffs earlier to try to curb this?
Yeah, and that's actually the main reason for the lawsuit that they're under. Is because it was I believe it's called the WARN Act.
Yes.
Is what they violated, and it says that if you have a massive layoff, you have to give your employees a 60-day at least notification on it, and for this scale, they got nothing. So I think what the lawsuit is asking for is for full pay and full severance and 401k.
And it doesn't look like Telltale has a very good stance against this lawsuit, because the law is pretty clear, and it seems generally cut and dry about where they did. So, but if the lawsuit goes through against them, I don't know where they can get the money to pay the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Completely out of money.
It's going to be like just a moral victory almost. Like, hey, we've won and we did it, but we don't have any of the money to give you, actually. It's all done. This is such an insane story. It's so stupid. I feel very bad for the world.
I do too. I hope everyone there lands on their feet and finds jobs everywhere else. And I'm sure they're all very talented. They'll all be good. I'm sure the story will continue to develop. But that's about all the time we have for industry news this week. So I'll see you later.
Bye.